No, yeah, no, no, yeah, no, no,
Hi, welcome back to my channel, According to Cat. If you're new here, please introduce yourself in the comments below. If you're returning, just say hi. I just want to take a moment and say thank you to all of you out there who have been saying hi to me and saying such great things. I love to hear from you, so I appreciate every time you guys reach out to me. So I've been seeing a lot of regulars too, so thank you for that. If you'd like more videos just like this one, where I'm taking Dollar Tree products or items from the thrift store / yard sale, where I'm upcycling them into home decor pieces, things like that, please consider subscribing. And if you click that bell icon, you will be notified every time I upload a new video. Please remember to like these videos. It helps me know what videos you want more of, and it also helps my channel grow. So, what will we be making today?
So today we'll be making these sock gnomes. After I made my fairy planter, I mentioned that I make sock gnomes, and some of you asked if I could show you how I make them. So here they are. I tend to use mostly Dollar Tree products. I use a couple things from some other stores, but I do have some ideas on how you could use Dollar Tree products for those items as well. I think these are absolutely adorable, and each gnome tends to have their own personality just based on the way you make it. So if you want to learn how to make them, please stay tuned.
If you would like to know what products I've used, check out the description box below. All my supplies will be there. And without further ado, let's get on with the video.
Okay, so let's find out what supplies we will need for this DIY. So the first thing you're going to need are some socks. I got all of my socks from the Dollar Tree. I got a knee-high pair that is colorful, athletic socks in black and white. You get a few pairs in there, so it will last you for a few gnomes. You need rice. I got this from the Dollar Tree. And some sort of makeup, whether it be powder or bronzer in a skin color tone. You will also need some type of fur. I got mine at Joann's. I think this was about $5 a package, but you can also use something. I have an idea of something you could use from the Dollar Tree. I have plastic hair ties and yarn to follow those up, as well as this little stretchy piece. I'm just showing you that there's other options to use for the tops of the hats. You do not need that stretchy thing. Okay, so I have this little vase here as a way to hold open my sock as I put the rice in it. It just makes it a little easier. You do not need it, but it was helpful. So I'm showing you just how I got my sock ready and prepared to make the hat for my sock gnome. So I take one knee high and I cut it right in half, and you can make 2 sock hats out of one knee high sock. So I'm going to be making another pink and black one. Again, I got these at the Dollar Tree. So I take my white athletic sock. It is an ankle high sock. And I am taking my rice and a little scooper, and I'll put in about 3 to 4 cups of rice. And again, you could put in more rice or less rice. That is up to you. And each gnome will end up having its own personality based on how you make it, how much rice you put in it, how high you put the hat on its head, where you place the nose. All of those things matter. So I'll keep shaking it down until I can get more rice in there. I push it a little bit and I can add another scoop at this point. And then I will take it off of its holder there, and I'll kind of shake it down a little bit. And I'll see if I need a little more or not. Looks like I could use a little more. His body seems a little small at this point. I want to get it a little bigger. So I think I'm going to add maybe one more scoop of rice, and that should do it. Yep. So what I'm going to do at this point is put my rice away. You will not need it at this point. And I'm going to take the top of my sock, and I'm going to take one of the plastic ties, and I will just secure that so the rice is not falling out. I will also be securing that with some yarn or string because in case the plastic hair tie breaks or decays or something, I don't want that to come apart and for there to be rice everywhere. So the Dollar Tree does have string, and I do believe they carry yarn now. So either one. I like the yellow yarn or the idea of white string because it's not noticeable in case you would happen to see it. At this point, I am grabbing a section of that rice and I'm like balling it up in my fingers. That is going to be my nose. So I kind of just pinch it, and then I take one of my plastic hair ties. And again, like I said, it depends on how big you ball that up for how big his nose is going to be. And again, it leads to having his own personality. So you could see the ones that I've made in the background. One has a bigger nose and one has a smaller nose. One's hat is really far down and the other one's is not as much. So you could see now I am taking a paintbrush. You can use a makeup brush. It doesn't really matter. I'm taking off some extra and I'm going to brush on the bronzer. It looks really dark right now, but by the time you put everything on it, it does look good. You may use less or more bronzer. It's up to you. If you want to use a lighter color or not at all, again, that's up to you. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is, oh, he's going to look so cute. The next thing I'm going to do is use my string. And again, I'm going to secure those places where I put the plastic hair ties. I wrap it around a few times and then I double or triple knot it just to really hold it in place. I will also use some yarn or string on the nose area as well, just to secure that and keep that safe as well. And double or triple knot it, cut off the extra. You won't see that anyway. You'll see how we put this together. So now I'm taking the black athletic sock and I'm wrapping it around the bottom of the gnome. This is almost like his shirt or whatever. This is to hide the rest of the white sock, and again, you don't need to spend a lot of money on the black sock because you don't see much of it. So the Dollar Tree is great for that. Okay, so I am gluing around the area at the top where the black sock meets the white sock, just to hold it in place. Now, the main area you want to be concerned with is any area around the nose. I think that's where you need to be the most careful, just because you don't want to see other parts that how you've constructed it. So I put the glue really far up, right under the nose, and I'm pulling that black sock right underneath it. And I'm just filling in some glue in spaces that didn't stay down. Okay, so far so good. So, aw, he's going to be cute. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is get out the fur. If you do not have a Joann's near you or you don't want to spend that much money on it, there are pillows right now at the Dollar Tree that are fur pillows. You could use that fur. I know it comes in different colors, but that's okay. That will lend to it having a different look to it, and that will look just as cute. Also, I'm going to use some stuffing inside of that top area where the white sock is. And if you use one of those pillows, the stuffing is already inside of it. So I have stuffing in a big bag at home, but if you do not, you may use one of those pillows as well. So I'm cutting my white fur. I want to tell you, when you are cutting this, do not cut into the fur. You want to cut the backing. So when you cut the backing, it keeps most of the fur intact. You will have some fur that pulls out, but that's okay. You just don't want to cut it very short. You can see here I'm making a notch out for the nose, and I will be pulling some of that fur out, and that's okay. You will have plenty left. And I'm just showing you how it's going to look. So you can take a little scrap piece and put it right underneath the nose, and that will be kind of like a mustache. I don't do that, but again, you can make your gnome however you want it. All right, so I'm going to take my hot glue, and the hot glue works fine for this. I didn't need any other type of glue, just so you know that. So I take the hot glue and I put a fair amount right underneath the nose, because that's, again, the most important part when you're gluing the gnome together. So I put the beard as far up as I can, and I press that down. And then I'm going to go into the sides and press that down as well. So now I'm going underneath the beard to the part that attaches to the body of the gnome, kind of like where the black sock is, and I'm just kind of tacking it down in places with that hot glue. So I'm pulling out that extra fur, and I want to show you, I have extra footage from when I was making the other sock gnome. I wanted to show you how I put the stuffing in. So this isn't the gnome I'm working on right now. So I put the stuffing in just to build up that hat area. This is the gnome I am working on now, and you couldn't really see it because I'm out of frame. So I put the stuffing in there, and again, put as little or as much as you want, and make sure you have everything where you want it at this point, because the hat will now be covering everything and you can't change it. So I just tie some string around the top, and I'm going to start pulling the white athletic sock down and kind of hot gluing it into place so that I do not have a big space where I am putting the sock hat on. So I'm going all around it and just basically pulling it down. All around it. And I'm taking my sock and I am just yanking it down all around the other black sock. Now, again, most important part is around that nose. So that is where you want to focus, where you're going to put your hot glue. At this point, I am stuffing up some more filling because I see that, you see that big crease in the back of the hat? I don't want to see that. So I'm adding some stuffing in there, and then I can manipulate it once I start gluing the sock hat down. So take your hot glue, put it right on the top of the nose, and pull that knee-high sock right down to that top portion of the nose. Then after that, I go around and do the rest of the hat. Okay, and I'm just finishing up tacking it down, and I notice that there's still a crease there, so I add a little more filling underneath in the back. And I just finish it up. Okay, so I'm taking a piece of the fur, a little round portion, and I'm just cutting off those little sharp points. And I'm going to ball it up with some hot glue, and that is going to be the pom-pom for the top of the hat. Now, if you have any ideas on different embellishments I can put on these hats, let me know in the comments below, because I love making these gnomes and I know you all come up with great ideas. So if you could think of anything else, let me know in the comments. Okay, so At this point, I'm taking off the extra fur. Once you get these all cleaned up, they won't be shedding all over because my kids have had them in their rooms and literally they are not going anywhere. So I'm trying to figure out what type of flower I want on it, and I end up using these red ones. I want to say, are they hydrangeas? I'm not quite sure. So any flowers you have, again, just look what matches and looks good. And my daughter thought this would be very funny to put her arm in the video about 20 times. And I cut out a lot too. So yeah, sorry about that. All right, so I am showing you what it looks like. Oh, look at how cute. They are so cute. I just want to show you what I did with that green one because I did have footage of it, and I want to show you some other ways to embellish these. So, oh, they're so cute. So I took the brown fur that I had, I balled that up and hot glued it, and I used that as the top of the hat. Another idea was I used this boxwood greenery garland, and I put 2 sprigs on there, and I love the way that looked. I like to buy this greenery in the garland form because you get so much of it, and if you buy it at half off, it's like $10. And this stuff never seems to end. Oh, look how cute. My son's is the gray one because he wanted it very floppy, the hat. And he wanted his beard trimmed. So I thought it could be fun to wrap some twine. This is like a green twine around the top of the hat. Just another option. I just did that around one of them. Kind of hot glued it in place in a few sections in the back. So that's another idea. Again, you could do whatever you want. So at this point, this is my finished product, and I think they are absolutely adorable. Tell me in the comments below which one is your favorite. I am gonna go with this one right here because I just think he has a very cute personality. Another idea is to make sock gnomes based on the holidays just by using different colors. So these could be so fun in so many different ways. So if you know anyone that would like to make something like this, please share this video with them. If you liked what you saw, if you found it helpful, please like this video. It helps my channel grow and it lets me know what kind of videos you want more of. And also, I invite you to subscribe to my channel, especially if you like budget-friendly DIYs, and you will find at least 2 new videos a week. I have a few coming up that will impress. I am telling you, they are a wooden sign for a girl's room and a wooden sign for a boy's room. And wow, that's all I can say. They are so cool. Wait till you see how they look. So I'm at the end of my video. I just want to thank everyone for helping my channel grow. You guys are awesome. And as always, thanks for watching. Bye!